This is not just a video. This is a mirror. It did not randomly appear in your feed. Your higher self, the part of you that is always connected to the source of all things, guided your attention here, to this exact moment, because you are ready to understand a fundamental law of creation that has been hiding in plain sight. We have been told that the opposite of love is hate. But this is a profound misunderstanding of the physics of reality. The true opposite of love, the true creative void, is indifference. This is the emotional frequency that freezes time, locks you in place, and collapses all the infinite possibilities of the quantum field into one repeating loop. By the end of our time together, you will understand why this happens and how to reclaim your power as the conscious observer. You will hold the key to dissolving the glass walls around you. But first, I need to know, have you ever felt utterly stuck? Like you're screaming into the void with no answer? Let me know in the comments if this feeling resonates with you. Before we proceed, you must remember what you have always known. Reality is not a fixed, solid thing. It is a vast, shimmering ocean of pure potential. Think of it as the quantum field, an infinite sea of energy waves, each one representing a different possibility, a different you, a different life, a different world. These possibilities exist in a state of pure potential, waiting for a signal. They are waiting for a conscious observer to choose one. And this is where the great secret lies. Observation is not a passive act of seeing with your eyes. True quantum observation is an active process of engagement with your entire being. It is the focused energy of your consciousness, directed by the most powerful transmitter you possess, your emotional body. Your feelings are the language that speaks directly to this field. They are the commands that tell the waves of potential which form to take. So, what is indifference truly? On the surface it may seem like a state of calm or detachment, but in the quantum sense it is anything but. Indifference is not peace. It is a vibrational flatline. It's the feeling of going through the motions, of your days bleeding into one another without distinction or meaning. It is the absence of a strong emotional signal. Think of your emotional body as a broadcast tower. Love sends out a powerful, coherent signal of a certain frequency. Hate sends out an equally powerful, coherent signal of another frequency. Both are clear instructions. Indifference, however, is like static. It is a signal of non-choice, of non-participation. It's a message to the universe that says, I have no preference, I am not engaged, I am not playing the game. And the universe, which only responds to clear signals, receives this static and reflects it back to you as a reality that is static. Let's explore the physics of this flat line. In the quantum field, every potential reality vibrates at a specific frequency. The reality where you are joyful, abundant, and fulfilled has a high, clear frequency. The reality of struggle and lack has a low, dense frequency. When you feel a strong emotion, your entire being begins to resonate with a corresponding frequency. You become a tuning fork, and the quantum field begins to organize itself around your vibration, pulling the matching reality from the realm of potential into your experience. But indifference has no clear frequency. It is energetically mute. It sends no new information into the field. It's like a captain of a ship who refuses to touch the rudder. The ship doesn't stop. It simply continues on its last known trajectory at the mercy of the existing currents. Your life doesn't stop. It just continues to repeat the patterns of the past because you have not given the field a new command, a new destination. And here we must make a critical distinction. The state of indifference is not the same as the enlightened state of neutrality. This is a trap many seekers fall into. Neutrality, or what some call the 0 point, is a state of profound power. It is the calm center of the storm. It is a state of non-judgment, of observing all possibilities without attachment, which allows you to choose consciously and cleanly. Neutrality says, I see all paths, and from this place of peace, I choose this one. It is a state of full presence and awareness. Indifference, on the other hand, is a state of disconnection. It is not presence, but absence. It says, I don't care about any of the paths, so I will not choose. One is the ultimate state of empowerment. The other is the ultimate state of abdication. One is the master of the game. The other has refused to even play. Recognizing the difference is the first step to reclaiming your creative power. Look at your own life for the signature of indifference. It's the job you drag yourself to, the one you neither love nor hate. It's just there. It's the relationship that has become a comfortable habit, devoid of passion or deep connection. It's the food you eat on autopilot without tasting it, the conversations you have without truly listening. These are the domains where indifference has taken hold. In these areas of your life, do you notice a lack of growth, a sense of stagnation? This is not a coincidence. This is quantum law in action. In every area where you have become indifferent, you have ceased to be a conscious creator. You have handed over your power to the momentum of the past. The reality in that domain has collapsed into a single, repeating loop because you are no longer broadcasting a signal for anything new to emerge. The static of your indifference is the only song the universe hears. Now let's re-examine the famous observer effect. We are often told that the act of observing a quantum particle forces it to collapse from a wave of possibilities into a single point. But we must take this metaphor deeper. You are not a separate scientist in a lab coat observing your life from a distance. You are inside the experiment, and your primary tool of observation is not your intellect or your eyes. It is your emotional energy. It is your caring. What you invest your emotional energy into is what you command into form. This is why things you are passionate about, whether through love or even intense focus, tend to manifest and change rapidly. You are feeding them with the most potent force in the cosmos, your engaged consciousness. Your attention, charged with emotion, is the chisel that carves reality out of the unformed stone of potential. This is why both love and hate are such powerful creative forces. Think about it. Love is a state of intense, focused engagement. When you love something or someone, you pour your energy into it. You observe it with adoration, you focus on its positive aspects, and it blossoms under your gaze. You are collapsing the wave of its potential into its highest expression. Hate, on the other hand, is also a state of intense, focused engagement. It is a powerful obsession. When you hate something, you are constantly observing it, thinking about it, giving it your energy, and so it persists. It grows stronger in your reality. This is why what you resist persists. Both love and hate are signals of mattering. They tell the universe, this is important, pay attention to this. They are both powerful commands that shape the field. They create something. One creates heaven, the other hell, but both are acts of creation. Indifference, then, becomes the ultimate collapse function, but in a way you never intended. It doesn't choose a positive or negative outcome. Instead, it collapses all potential down to the baseline, the default setting. And what is the default setting of reality? More of what already is. It is the path of least energetic resistance. When you broadcast indifference, you are telling the quantum field, I am not making a choice. I do not have a preference. The field, which is a perfect and impersonal mirror, responds by saying, acknowledged, no choice made. Maintaining current program. This is the quantum mechanism behind feeling stuck. It's not a punishment. It's a reflection. Your reality is frozen because your emotional signal for change has been turned off. You have collapsed the infinite ocean of what could be into the stagnant pond of what is. Herein lies the great paradox. Many of us adopt indifference as a defense mechanism. We think that by not caring, we cannot be hurt. If we don't get our hopes up for that new job, we won't be disappointed if we don't get it. If we act indifferent in a relationship, we protect our heart from potential pain. But this is a quantum trap of the highest order. In your attempt to avoid a negative outcome, you broadcast the very frequency indifference that prevents a positive outcome from ever manifesting. You are essentially telling the field, I do not want to engage with the possibility of joy because I am afraid of the possibility of pain. The result? The field gives you neither. It gives you the flat line. It gives you stagnation. The very state you sought to avoid, disappointment, becomes a chronic, low-grade reality precisely because you refused to engage with its opposite. I want you to visualize this. Close your eyes for a moment if you can. See the quantum field as an infinite holographic film. On this film, every possible version of your future exists right now simultaneously. The version where you are a celebrated artist, the version where you find profound love, the version where you are a healer, they are all there, shimmering as waves of light, as pure potential. They are all equally real and equally possible. They are simply waiting to be activated, to be called forth. They exist in what physicists call a state of superposition. They are all happening and not happening at the same time, waiting for one thing and one thing only, a conscious observer to choose, to focus, to select one frame from this infinite film and project it onto the screen of three-dimensional reality. Your emotional state is the lens of this cosmic projector. It is the focusing mechanism. When you feel an emotion, you are tuning the lens to a specific frequency of reality. The feeling of deep joy tunes the lens to the timeline where that joy is your natural state. The feeling of profound gratitude tunes the lens to the reality where you have much to be grateful for. The feeling itself is the act of selection. You are not asking for it. You are becoming it. You are matching your vibration to the vibration of the reality you wish to experience. This is the secret. The lens of your emotional focus takes that shimmering wave of potential and brings it into sharp, crisp, undeniable physical form. It pulls it from the everywhere of the quantum field into the right here of your life. Indifference in this metaphor is like putting the lens cap on. There is no focus, there is no selection, there is no clarity. It's a signal so muddled, so devoid of information that the cosmic projector doesn't know which frame to show. So what does it do? It simply keeps projecting the last clear frame it received. This is why old patterns, old traumas, and old realities keep playing on a loop. It's not that the universe wants you to suffer. It's that you have, through your emotional disconnection, ceased to give it new instructions. You have put the lens cap on and are wondering why the movie isn't changing. The universe is waiting, patiently and lovingly, for you to simply choose a new film, to feel something, to care about something, to remove the cap and consciously focus the light of your awareness once more. This is the true reason you feel stuck. It is not because there are no options available to you. That is the illusion of the material world. From a quantum perspective, your options are infinite in every single moment. The feeling of being stuck is the physical sensation of inhabiting a reality that has been collapsed by indifference. It's the feedback your body gives you when your consciousness has ceased to choose. You are an infinite being who has forgotten how to use your power of selection. You are standing before a cosmic buffet with infinite choices, but you have convinced yourself you're not hungry. The stagnation you feel is the universe's way of lovingly nudging you, saying, "Are you sure? There is so much more available. All you have to do is decide what you want. All you have to do is feel a preference." So, how do we break this spell? How do we move from the flat line of indifference back into the dynamic flow of creation? The first step is not a grand gesture. It is the most subtle and profound act you can perform, pure awareness. You must become a loving observer of your own indifference, without judgment, without shame. Simply notice it. Notice the moments in your day when you are on autopilot. Notice the conversations where you are not present. Notice the feelings of boredom, apathy, or numbness. Do not try to force them away. Simply by shining the light of your awareness on them, you are beginning to change them. You are observing your own lack of observation. This is a sacred, paradoxical act. It is the first signal you send to the universe that says, "I am ready to wake up. I am ready to engage again." You do not have to leap from the void of indifference to the peak of ecstatic joy in a single bound. That is an impossible and unnecessary pressure. The bridge between the two is a gentle, beautiful frequency. Curiosity. Curiosity is the antidote to indifference. It is a soft, subtle form of engagement. It doesn't require passion or certainty. It simply requires a gentle question. What if? What if my day could feel a little different? What if I tried my coffee a new way? What if there is something beautiful on my walk to work I've never noticed before? Curiosity is a quantum inquiry. It is a gentle knock on the door of possibility. It begins to create tiny ripples in the stagnant pond. It is a signal to the field that you are opening up, that you are willing to receive something new. It is the first crucial turn of the rudder. From curiosity, you can move to the practice of micro-choices and intentional engagement. This is about reclaiming your power in the smallest of moments. When you wake up, instead of grabbing your phone on autopilot, choose to take one conscious breath. Really feel the air entering your lungs. When you make your breakfast, choose to do it with your full attention. Notice the colors, the smells, the textures. When you listen to a piece of music, don't just have it as background noise. For 1 minute, close your eyes and truly hear it. Let the vibrations move through you. Each of these tiny acts of intentional engagement is a powerful declaration to the universe. Each one says, "I am here. I am present. I am choosing. I care." You are retraining your consciousness to be an active participant rather than a passive bystander in your own life. Now let us speak of gratitude, not as a cliché or a forced platitude, but as a high-frequency tool of observation. True gratitude is the ultimate state of engagement. It is the act of observing your current reality and finding something to love within it. When you feel genuine gratitude, even for something as simple as the warmth of the sun or the fact that you are breathing, you are sending one of the most powerful, coherent signals into the quantum field. You are observing your reality through the lens of appreciation. And the universe, being a perfect mirror, must reflect back to you more things to appreciate. Gratitude is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is about choosing to focus on the perfection that already exists, no matter how small. This focus collapses the wave of potential into more and more experiences that match the feeling of gratitude. As you practice curiosity, micro-choices, and gratitude, you will naturally begin to shift from indifference to intention. Intention is a clear, focused emotional preference. It's knowing what you want to feel and aligning your energy with that feeling. This is not about struggle or hustle. It is about cultivating the inner state of your desired reality before it manifests externally. If you desire love, your intention is to cultivate the feeling of love within yourself now. If you desire abundance, your intention is to cultivate the feeling of security and freedom now. You stop waiting for the outside world to give you permission to feel good. You realize that your feeling state is the cause, not the effect. This is the mastery of manifestation. You are no longer asking reality to change. You are changing your reality from the inside out. Remember this sacred truth: the feeling is the prayer. It has never been about the words you repeat or the vision boards you create, though those can be useful tools. The ultimate creative power is in the emotional state you can consistently inhabit. The quantum field does not respond to your words. It responds to the frequency of your being. Can you feel what it would feel like to have your desire fulfilled? Can you embody that emotion, not as a fleeting thought, but as a state of being? That is engaged observation in its most potent form. You are not just looking at a potential reality on the holographic film. You are stepping into that frame and living it from the inside. When you do this, the universe has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your inner state. It is law. And how will you know your signal is getting through? How will you know you have moved out of the static of indifference? The universe will begin to speak back to you. This is the magic of synchronicity. You will start to notice meaningful coincidences. You'll think of a song and it will play on the radio. You'll have a question and the answer will appear on a billboard. You'll meet the exact person you need to help you with your next step. This is not random chance. This is the quantum field giving you direct feedback. It is telling you, I can hear you now. Your signal is clear. We are co-creating. Keep going. Synchronicity is the universe winking at you, confirming that you have successfully shifted from a passive bystander to an active, engaged player in the grand cosmic dance. This leads us to the ultimate realization. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are not a cork bobbing on the ocean of fate. You are the focal point of consciousness through which the entire universe observes and experiences itself. Your engagement, your caring, your emotional investment is the very force that gives reality its shape, its color, and its meaning. Indifference, therefore, is more than just a feeling of boredom or apathy. It is the abdication of your divine responsibility and your greatest power. It is the choice to not choose. It is a refusal of the gift of creation. To love or to hate is to participate. But to be indifferent is to unplug yourself from the very source of life itself. The choice to re-engage is the most important choice you will ever make. So we arrive at the heart of the matter. The opposite of creation is not destruction, it is non-participation. Indifference is the ultimate act of non-participation in your own divine story. Your emotional engagement, your passion, your focus, your care. This is the currency of the cosmos. This is the force that collapses the infinite into the experiential. You are not in reality. You are the reality that is observing itself into existence. Thank you for allowing your consciousness to receive this transmission. If this truth resonated deep within your soul, affirm it. Subscribe to this channel and like this video to anchor this new awareness. And to make a powerful declaration to the universe and to yourself, write in the comments below, I choose to engage my reality. And I leave you with this question. What is one small thing, just one, that you can choose to engage with your full and loving awareness today?